When was the last time you adjusted your harness? I bet it was the first time you adjusted the harness. Welcome back, pilots. Today we're back at the mighty Butts of West. Following on from the video that I uploaded today, what I'm going to be doing is getting some gear ready and putting my Volt onto my heavier Swing Race Connect harness. Try and get airborne if the breeze turns up that I said it would be. Now it's supposed to be stronger this morning, easing up towards 11 o'clock. There ain't enough to fly now, so it looks like I'm going to be doing top to bottoms with heavy gear. Not looking forward to that. But as I say, following on from the last video, I need to refamiliarise myself with the gear that I've got. Start doing some drills, reaching up for my big ears, the correct line, which I shouldn't get wrong, considering I did on the Xeno. First, I'm going to finish my mocker, and then we'll get the gear out and set up. So why the importance of setting this gear up? Now, it's been a while since I've actually flown this combo. For good reason. This is my lightweight gear. This, however, is not. Main problem being, I lost weight. And I love the Volt, it flies amazing. But I tell you what, in active air, it gets a little bit more flappy when I'm on the low end of the weight range. So changing my range X-Alps 2 for this brings me from 92 back up to 98. I think the difference mainly is obviously the weight of the harness, but also the reserve. So I've got to get this set up so I can fly my Volt near the top end again. Right, let's get this set up. Let's get the wing spread out. We need to do this without the horses eating our gear. What have I got here? What's going on?
Morning.
Morning.
Very quick question.
Yes.
Do you, when you take up this kind of sport,
Yeah.
do you get like licensed to do it, or is it basically up to you to make the risk yourself and off you go?
Well, any sport is always up to yourself to make a risk. Strictly speaking, it's not a license.
Right.
The caveat is they get you another way.
Oh right, okay, yeah. Well, of course. I mean,
Yeah.
it was ever thus, wasn't it? Yeah.
So technically, because you're under a certain weight limit and you're a solo pilot,
Yeah.
you could buy one off eBay and you could teach yourself and you can go flying.
Right. Yeah.
The only laws that apply to you at that point are air laws. So you've got to be wary of airspace and everything else, heights over buildings, crowds, stuff like that.
Yeah.
But to get access to land to be able to fly this, you have to be a member of a club. To be a member of a club, you have to be qualified. So it's just a qualification.
Yeah.
So you have to go and get trained, get the qualification, join a club, then you've got access to the land.
Yeah. Well, that sounds reasonable.
If you owned your own land, if this belonged to you, no one can stop you.
Fair shout.
But yeah, to be fair, I wouldn't do it without training anyway.
Oh my God. no,
You-
You're talking to a man that is a complete.
I've got a few friends that have tried to teach themselves, and then eventually were talked into taking up the course and doing it properly.
Yeah, it's something that I mean, it's one of these things that always looks so attractive, and then it's like yeah, I used to do boxing. It's fine until you step through the ropes and you think that someone's going to, you know, it's that kind of mortgage syndrome where you, like you, when you momently take off, you think, oh well, I've actually got a mortgage, and I have actually got, you know, these sorts of small things that perhaps instill a bit of fear. Where
Yeah, of course. I mean, if you do this and you're not scared in the slightest, then it's not the right sport for you.
100%, I think
It is absolutely risk
Yeah.
to life at every
Yeah.
corner, but you can obviously mitigate it with
yeah,
flying the right conditions, flying the right gear,
yeah,
flying the right manner.
yeah.
But yeah, it's to be fair, I mean, I always wanted to fly since I was 6 years old,
Really?
and this has been life changing.
Yeah,
I mean, usually if I get into a hobby, I'll go all in,
yeah.
and very rarely do I end up getting out of it. But I always wanted to do this, and eventually I managed to get to the point where I had the finances to try it out.
Yeah.
No one turned back. Can't get enough of it.
Sounds to me like you're one of these. As I said, it's. I used to teach sports psychology,
Yeah.
and that kind of deals with you know, people probably a little bit like yourself that have a goal and say, right, I'm going to be as good as I can at it.
Yeah.
Or you know, know as much as I can about it, and then in that in itself will make you as good as you can be.
Yeah, well, I've been in aviation for 20 plus years in my career, but it's always been engineering.
Yeah, okay.
I've flown powered aircraft, I've done aerobatics, I've flown sailplanes, and I got into aerobatics there.
Sailplane, what's that?
Gliders.
Right, okay.
Usually have to say sailplanes because people think this, because this is a glider, but it's a paraglider, and then you've got other gliders, which are hang gliders, and then you've got gliders that are gliders. So you call them sailplanes, it's a little bit easier distinction.
Have you done hang gliding up here as well, or not?
No, it's one thing that I wouldn't mind giving a go. But again, it's one of those things that I couldn't afford to actually take up because
Is that more expensive than this?
it's not the expense. If you buy a hang glider, generally the performance is much higher.
Yeah.
They last longer.
Right.
They can be a little bit more expensive depending on if you buy first hand, second hand or whatever.
Yeah.
The main issue is they take up more room. You have to carry them on top of a car or inside a van or something like that, and then there's the whole packing up and trying to get back. And this I can put in a small bag and then get on a train and get home.
Yeah, fair enough.
So this is way more convenient.
Yeah. Well, have a lovely flight.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah.
If the wind picks up, otherwise it's a top to bottom.
Oh, is your land down there somewhere? Will it?
Either that big main green field there, but there's also a little triangular one top corner over here,
Okay.
which would reduce the amount of walking I have to do.
What, and then you come back up and do it again?
Yeah, well, if the wind picks up, then I can stay up and land back here. Fingers crossed, that's the idea.
Oh, well, enjoy.
But we never know. Cheers, have a good day.
Yeah, cheers, mate.
Right, red on these ones, it was blue on the Xeno. But this is lightweight, so it should ground handle in this wind nicely. But it is very light. So if you want big ears on this wing, up, reach A3s. There we go, big ears. But remember, we can also do B ears, so that's the rear Bs. These come out quicker. They also produce a better sink rate. Right. It keeps feeling lifty like this. I'm wondering if I can get a 1-2 in. And the tree over there is moving. This is getting quite lifty. I like it a lot. Kind of want to give it a go. Oh, yeah, that's lifty. Oh, let's go for it. Oh, this feels so good. I love this wing, especially when it's loaded up. I mean, obviously the conditions right now are good as well. Very light, but light and lifty is very nice. Means I get to explore the lift band, both ends, because there's no RC gliders. Fingers crossed I should be able to get a top landing in if it starts to dump me. Back. I need to adjust this harness, I think, short on the legs. One's not getting right at the back easily. Sorry dude, I want some of that. Well, not that shit you just done, no. The lift I'm talking about. No one else gets to do this. It's alright dude, it's alright. Gear maintenance. There is something that I've been meaning to do with this harness for a long time. For a while now I've been getting stabbed in the back of the leg. And I believe one of the harness stiffening rods has broken through. It's making it very uncomfortable. Right, so down the side of this, when you take the removable seat board off, there are rods down the side. and I keep getting, yeah, there it is. Until then, this one is going to stop effing stabbing me. And get that fixed on the sewing machine, just put thread over that. Till then, just going to go on the back. While I'm at it, very simple system in shortening the foot plate. So I can get that done while I'm here. Reference, red stitching, pull through the same amount. That ensures I can make it nice and even. Let's go through. That's probably the right amount actually. Even, like a moth. That done. Let's go flying. I think now, obviously it's a personal opinion, is a good time for people to get out and check all the adjustments on their harness. Everyone usually sends their wing in for a service during winter because you're not getting much flying done. But why not sort out your harness as well? Material stretches over time, so you could need to adjust a few things, maybe send it for a service and get repairs done. If I found one part's broken in mine, I can sew that up myself. It's not structural, there's no big issue. Right, Kite, I'm ready to fly again. Show us where the lift is. Your wing loading's better than mine, so show us some actual lift and I'll come join. I think that's about it, guys. Got quite a lot of south in it now. Every time the gust comes through, and it tempts me to even fly. It's coming from the south. That corner's not working as well as I want it to do. So I think that's done with the setup. Just a few things. Real happy with the way it feels. Obviously heavier gear at the top end of the weight range. I'm closer to it than I was there before. Until next time, guys. See you up in the air.
Hello.